hi.
Yeah, say hi.
She's just really shy. Okay.
She's like, testing.
Testing.
1, 2. Welcome back. Testing.
You can stop testing.
That shit ain't on, Mom. But what we're talking about today is... Do you want to say what is it? Getting pregnant young?
Basically, it's like getting pregnant young and like the trials and tribulations that you have to go through when you have a child so young and you still want to live your life.
Start from the beginning, getting pregnant, realizing, finding out, taking the test. You're sitting on the toilet. It's a deep, dark moment. You pull the test out of its packaging. You're
probably
like,
have to do like
you're
9
like, this
tests.
ain't real.
I got tricked into it. I was told I was going on a shopping trip. I was told I'm going to Penny's. Primark, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I was told I was going to Penny's. You know, I was like, wow, I'm getting spoiled, getting clothes, getting everything. Like, oh, let's hop into Boots. I was like, for what? We're getting your pregnancy test. I was like, I'm not pregnant. There is no need for me to take a pregnancy test. I'm not pregnant at all. Goes in, gets the pregnancy test. I'm like, okay. He's like, okay, I'm going to sit here while you do it. I sent him off. I was like, no.
Did you do it like in the shopping center toilet?
No, I went
when
home.
You went home.
Yeah, I went home because I was like, I felt like too under pressure if I was to do it in the shopping center toilet.
Imagine you find out in the shopping center toilet.
I know.
I would be bawling.
I'd be crying. Honestly, I'd be crying.
Because that was literally my reaction, regardless.
You'd be walking through, you'd be like,
True. Like,
I was wailing, bro. When I got
my
home
God.
and I did the test, I did the first one. I was like, nah, ain't no way.
It's always that first one,
It's a
yeah.
fake
It's always
positive.
that
It's a
first one, you're
fake
like-
positive. Oh, you have something to say?
You can have a fake negative, but never.
A fake
It's
positive.
very, very rare. You get
Yeah.
a fake positive.
And what else do you have to say?
she's saying we're talking
Thank
about
you.
her.
She's saying, give me boob. Give me
Literally.
life. Feed me.
I'm like, am I allowed to feed her? Can you blur this out? Is it possible? I mean,
I'll
you
check
can
with
if you
YouTube
blur it
guidelines.
out while you're editing it, you know? Is it possible? It's gonna have to be done regardless. Or if you
Sorry.
like chop this part off, you know?
Censored.
Yeah, if you censor like a big censored like thingy, you know,
we
like
can
a
just
little
put like
sticker.
a big X.
Yeah.
Dead ass, no joke. Like just, you know, the over 18.
Just don't
like,
cover out
over-
the
you know,
face. She beat her face for a reason, so
Yeah.
don't cover the face.
30 minutes of my time.
30 minutes that you don't have to spare.
You know.
Because of
Bro, I was
her.
fighting for my life, trying to do my makeup, trying to stick on lashes while she was trying to pull off the other one.
Here's those girls saying, it's not sticking. And we think
Honestly.
these are real world problems.
Yeah.
Miss Mom gets it stuck and the baby's like, hell no.
No, honestly.
It's not on properly.
You're not getting that. Not today.
But yeah, no, when I found out, like literally I cried for like a good hour straight before I called him. And then I was like, so, you're right. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're right, like I'm pregnant. And he goes, are we happy? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Literally the question I asked.
I don't
How am
know.
I meant to know? How am I meant to react in a
Is this a good
situation
thing?
like
Is it a bad
this?
thing?
No, facts. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And for a good
Such
while,
an
like
emotional whirlwind
I
too.
swear.
I mean, you're already pregnant, so
Yeah,
the hormones
like,
are
all
racing
over
through that
the place.
body.
Honestly.
And what's funny is even like 3 or 4 weeks, like right before Christmas, my mom asked me like, "Are you pregnant?" I was
No
like,
way.
"No." Before I even thought about it,
Mhm.
you know, I had just started my new job.
Yeah.
Life was going good, you know. After COVID,
Mhm.
found a new job. I was getting paid well,
Mhm.
and then for me to find out I was pregnant, I was like,
Yeah.
"Ain't no way, ain't no way."
And how did your mom like kind of like well, moms always have that thing like that they know
Yeah, I
like
swear. And because she was like, "Are you sure?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm sure." Hold on, maybe it's time for you to go to Auntie Christy. You want to go to Auntie Christy?
Maybe we should take an interval, baby. Well, no, she's tired again.
She's settled. She's fine. And then, literally, I think when did I tell her? On the 2nd of January?
Mhm.
I found out on the 1st
Yeah.
of January. And then I told her on the 2nd. The way I even told her, it's when she first met my boyfriend, that was my boyfriend at the time.
Mhm.
Basically, she handed him a pair of shoes, baby shoes. And she asked him when.
Oh.
And he was like, it's coming. Don't worry. Why did you slap me? Yeah, I think it's time for her to go to Auntie Christy. Maybe it's because her video stopped.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Apologies, guys. If you want to know what it's like to be a young mother with real life,
This is it.
this is it.
This is it.
You know, you can't get any more raw than this. This
I
is
swear to
real
God.
life
This
footage.
is it.
And there's that.
Should we
Should
start
we-
again? Or should we just keep going with it? We're going to chop it.
No, like it's
Yeah,
fine.
use
Yeah,
this.
it's going
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She's just trying to
So
strip me right
cute.
now. No joke.
I swear. She's just used to her own comfort of her own room and stuff
Literally.
like that. The brownie.
You're in town.
Where are you?
Where are you here?
So
And you can't even have your phone on you, can you? Like,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can't really like check.
I don't care. I have my
Oh,
phone
you
on me
have
the
your
whole
phone on
time.
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
my manager knows. Like,
Oh, okay, then that's
even though we're not supposed to, I will only check it if the store is empty.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yeah.
if there's nobody, no customers or anything,
Mhm.
because they obviously can make complaints.
Yeah.
But if there's like no one in the shop, and obviously I'm going to check my phone in case my
Mhm.
mom wants to tell me something about
Yeah.
Esme or
It's
you
so
know,
good that
something
they're
happens.
understanding. Like,
I
that.
swear,
You
no, I
have
have
to
the best
be.
manager.
You have to
100%.
be. I mean, at that point, like, it's like, this is my child.
My
Family
child
comes
is more
first.
important than my
The-
job. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I can find
yeah.
another job. I can't get another job. I mean,
True.
I can, but I can't get
You
another
can't,
child.
yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
Single
the one you
time.
have is already
Yeah.
there.
I swear. I'm not
So
getting rid
it
of
was
her.
like the 2nd of January. You told your mom.
Yeah, I told my mom.
He said the baby's coming soon when she
With
gave
the
him the
sh-
pair of
yeah.
shoes.
Literally, she was like so overwhelmed. Like she just
Mhm.
didn't know what to
No
do. And then she was like
way.
hugging me. And my dad was like, it was the cutest thing ever. I never saw
Mhm.
my dad cry before. But I saw a little tear drop from his eye. I was like,
So it
'cause
was
I-
a good
like,
reaction.
it was a good reaction. Yeah. He was excited. It's his first grandbaby. So
yeah.
Mhm.
you know.
That's good.
Absolutely. That's such an
swear.
exciting time
Yeah.
for parents.
I
Oh
was
my
know
like,
you'd be so
God.
scared to tell your parents,
I was
yeah.
terrified. But at the time, like our living situation was messed up because like we were living with a racist housemate.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had just found out I was pregnant. I didn't need that stress
Mhm.
at all. I was scared to be in that house.
Was your housemate like a truck driver or something?
Yeah.
I know. I know.
He wasn't even
So-
just racist. This guy was
he's so
top.
abusive,
I
so
know.
scary.
My
Trying to
friend
come
used
into
to
my room
live
at
there.
5 a.m.
My friend used to live there, and like, oh no, he's crazy. Don't
No.
worry, I know what you want.
Dead ass. So I was like, nah, like it's a very like special time. Like I
Yeah.
don't need that stress right now.
Yeah.
Because it was so vulnerable at the same time.
Mhm.
Like I was only I would only found out when I was maybe like 5 or 6 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like,
So
any little
early.
stress, miscarriage.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
So I was like, fuck it. But I hadn't told my mom yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like trying my hardest. Like I was like, oh, I need to go to the toilet. But
Yeah.
really and Sheila, I was gonna go and get sick.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
got the morning sickness and
Morning
everything.
sickness. I wasn't eating. She was
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
you're not eating anything at all. This was from observing me for one day.
No way.
Me, I like to eat. I love food.
Yeah.
I love it with a passion.
Uh-huh.
So when she saw I wasn't eating anything, she was like,
This is weird.
And let's just tell people as well, like, we talk about pregnancy, the effects, morning sickness,
I
but nobody tells you
swear.
how early it comes.
Yeah.
You got
Too
it early.
early. I got it
That's why I
really,
look at
really
when I feel
early.
like that's why I look
Early.
at to see if I'm pregnant. I'm like,
you're like,
Yes,
I'm a little
yeah.
nauseous
I'm
now.
like-
What's going on?
I'm not eating.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the vomit to come out.
Yeah.
That's my
Stop.
sign.
And the smell of things like turning
Yeah.
your stomach.
That's the worst. That's literally the worst. Like you literally have to run out of the room because you smelled something funky.
Yeah.
And it might be your favorite food, but
Mhm.
whatever it is, like it just
Putting you
wasn't
off.
sitting
Your
right with your
senses
body, and you're
change.
gone. You just got to run to the toilet.
Mhm.
It's like people say it's very special, and it is very special. But at the same time, what a woman goes through during pregnancy is scary.
Mhm.
Bro, I dropped 15 kg in the
No
first 4
way.
months. I was fitting into clothes I fitted in when I was 18.
During pregnancy, imagine a time when you're
pregnancy, the
supposed to
first
be
4 months.
growing. You're
I
sink-
was like so worried. I was
Shrinking.
like, this child, like all it's getting is toast and water. Literally, that's literally all it was getting for
No
the first 4
way.
months.
Oh, you could
So-
hold down as well, I
Yeah,
think.
because
Even
you
water
wouldn't really have an
sometimes I couldn't
appetite
hold
to.
down.
You don't really have an appetite to eat a lot of
You
things.
don't.
Like you wouldn't
You
really,
really
You'd be
don't.
put off a lot. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but wow. So like, what changes did you notice? Like, as baby was growing, what changes did you notice in your body? And like,
The roundness at the bottom of my belly. Even though there was no bump, there was like this perfect little line like this.
yeah.
So it was like
So your
really
uterus
tiny.
is right there, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts to
yeah.
Literally.
form at the beginning. It starts to grow upwards. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
your uterus goes this way. So I suppose that does make so much sense. So you get that
Mhm.
little.
It's
Bump,
just
yeah.
a little round thing. And the next thing I knew, it was just like
coming out.
massive.
Like whoosh.
Literally, I'm like, where'd you come from?
And
And was this in
bump
the space of
went-
like 1-2 weeks? Like how quick was it?
Oh, how quick was it? I'd say I got about to like 3 weeks. No, not 3 weeks. God forbid. Jesus Christ. 3 months.
And then you started
like
showing
the roundness
properly.
started coming, and then like I couldn't suck in my belly anymore.
Yeah.
And then I think I was like 4.5 months, and I woke up one day and it was just there.
I was about to say
Yeah.
5 months. Like it was when it was visible to the public, and she popped, and you didn't leave your house.
The thing is, I wasn't trying to hide from people. At the same time,
you're trying to just
it's a small town.
be low
People
key.
talk.
Yeah.
I didn't want that negativity coming to me at all.
At that stage as well.
I didn't
like
want anything. Like if you saw me, you saw me.
If
If you were around me, like you were good people.
Yeah.
Because I was only keeping like good people around me.
Yeah.
And people who weren't negative about it. And it's because it's very easy to get negative about things very quickly when you're pregnant. Because you're like you're so emotional and so vulnerable.
So vulnerable.
24/7.
Vulnerable is a brilliant word. I like that you've used that a couple of times, because I think like vulnerability, I think in the society we live in as well, we're kind of trying to make women these independent figures, but
strong.
we don't. Strong and independent women.
I'm
There's so many times. Yeah,
just a baby.
honestly.
Like literally, I'm just a baby growing a baby. Like I'm not, and you were 20. Like you were a baby growing a baby.
Yeah.
Bro, I was literally what, 5 or 6 months pregnant when I turned 21.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, insane
So like
times.
I was literally pregnant on my 21st birthday. Couldn't even have a drink.
Wow. See, I'm 25. I'm here still thinking that I'm young. Like, well, you were young. Like, you were young. Like, but
it was just, it was a madness.
And all the were you kind of like worried? Like, did you ever get the stage of like, what am I gonna do when this baby comes? Like, how am I gonna provide for the baby? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Because COVID was still rampant.
Exactly.
It was still very serious.
Oh,
when
you
it
had to be
happened.
very careful during that time.
100%. So I only kept certain people around me 24/7. It was always the same people, and I would make sure that they were being safe and whatnot.
Tested.
Just for the simple fact that if I got sick, I would get really sick, and I can't take any antibiotics. I can't even take paracetamol.
Did they tell you that?
Ibuprofen. I can't take those at all.
Oh, was that like is that just you, or is that just for pregnant women?
Pregnant women.
No way, I never actually knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like literally, you cannot take anything for whether you're in pain, whatever, unless you actually go into the hospital. Maybe they can prescribe you some things. Yeah. But usually they don't.
Wow.
So you can be in the worst pain of your life, and there's
you
nothing
can't
that
have
you
much
can do.
At all. It can cause fetal abnormality.
It can cause so many things. Like so many things could go wrong.
And that's why I feel like this is just such a side topic, but I feel like so many medicines aren't really like studied or like made safe for pregnant women. But they should be available to pregnant women though, because like you still go through the same things. You're just growing an extra soul in you, like an extra body. So you should be able to get the same the same type of medicines just that you have when you're not.
Specifically for
I feel like they need to look into doing
but
that.
This is what brings a full circle back around to some of the other topics that we discussed on the podcast of like, gender bias and medical gaslight and all those different things. Like, women's health, it just doesn't matter, apparently. But yet we are baby making machines and we're sexualized and we're told that the only function that we serve in society is to have children. But yet when we're there to stay at home and
exactly
make me a sandwich.
I was even actually gonna ask, when you're in the hospital,
what?
In the hospital, did they treat you like I feel like I keep bringing stuff into like black people, but it's just what I see. Like, so I've been seeing like in the UK and in Ireland, like that doctors and like the nurses, they're not really like kind of like helpful towards like black women when they're having kids. But I just want to know your experience when you're in.
I had the best experience ever.
Thank God, like, because you need to hear that. People need to hear that.
I was in Ballinasloe Hospital, and I swear, the nurses, the night nurses, everyone was just so helpful. Like, I remember I was falling asleep with Esme in my arms, and one of the nurses was like, "Oh, do you want to take a nap? I'll take her for maybe 2-3 hours, and you can sleep properly and be energized for when she's awake." And I was like, "Yeah." No, literally, because like obviously this was during COVID, so visitors. I was only Esme's father that was allowed to come and visit.
I
couldn't have my mom over.
So
I couldn't have my older sister over. I couldn't have anybody except for him.
Yeah.
And the times that he was allowed to be there was from like maybe
very
like
odd hours,
2 to 6, and then from 5:30 to 8.
Yeah. Very odd hours.
Literally 2 hours. Yeah. And what am I supposed to do with 2 hours? Like, honestly. I couldn't, like, it was all I could manage to do was maybe like get a shower or like pee. And because I had a C-section, it was like a lot harder for me to move around and do certain things and
That's
even like
really
sit
important.
up on the bed. So like I'm really grateful for the nurses that were there because they were very helpful, like helping me get in and out of bed, and they were there if I ever needed help with the shower, which I was too stubborn to, but that's a different story. But they were always there.
And did you opt for a C-section, or did you have the choice, or did you went to?
Basically it was an emergency C-section because she was under stress.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she was overdue. She was in there for 41 weeks.
And how? Okay, I know this sounds stupid, but like, what's the actual like term? Is it like 39?
It's like full term is like 39.
Yeah.
And then she was in there. She was due on the 20th of August, and she was born on the 30th.
Oh wow.
She had to get induced.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she got induced at like 5 a.m. Where they burst your waters, basically. Yeah. And she just did not want to come out.
She was too comfortable.
She was cozy.
She was comfortable.
Squishy. I got all my requirements.
When she came out, did she have that baby scrunch? Yeah, I've been seeing this on TikTok.
It's the cutest thing ever.
Because they're so used to being like this in the world.
Like, did she have that one?
She had it.
That's
like
so
when you
cute.
picked her up, she
just scrunches up.
It was just so cute. She was so chunky.
Aww.
She was a chunky baby.
Really?
She didn't fit into no newborn clothes.
No way.
Like she had no neck.
She doesn't look it now. Like she
no,
doesn't look
she's
it now.
She grew in height, didn't she? Like
she is long.
She's very tall.
Yeah, she is so tall.
My God. And you know, that is one thing as well of like the growth period of children. Like watching them, they're like these little chunky, roly little babies. I was only saying to her the other day, I was like, she only has her thigh rolls left. And I was like, she can't lose her thigh rolls. There's like this little tiny roll on either thigh in the very center, like a dimple, and it's the cutest thing ever. And I was like, she can't lose the thigh rolls. I need them.
She's so cute.
They give me so much peace.
No, stop.
No,
Let's talk.
So
I want to ask about the very first time. We'll go back to the very beginning again.
Mm-hmm.
When you found out you were pregnant, you were bawling, crying, you were hysterical, you were emotional. Like there was so much thoughts running through your head. The thought processes.
Oh, it was so tough. It was a battle within myself.
Yeah,
it wasn't even more like him pressuring me to do anything because from the get-go he was like, at the end of the day, it is your choice, it is your body,
and that's good.
I can only advise you, but if you don't want the baby, that is completely up to you. He was like, yes, I will be upset, but there's nothing I can do because at the end of the day, I'm not the one that's growing it. And I'm not gonna lie,
to have that support.
I did consider it a good few times because I was like, I'm so young. I've barely traveled. Like the only places I've been to England and Portugal. Like, guy, what is that? Like, there's the whole world for me to visit.
America. I want to go to Canada.
I swear, I was like, I haven't been to Dubai. I've not been.
Shaking your ass on a yacht.
But now I can't even be shaking my ass on a yacht because my daughter will see this video on the internet.
Tired enough to shaking your ass on a day to day, never mind on the yacht.
I swear to God, it was just like kind of something that I felt like was gonna stall my life a lot.
Yeah.
And I felt like I didn't need it at that time, you know, because it was like, look, it's COVID. Everything just locked back up again. I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to provide for this child. My living situations are not the best. You know, I was like, there's a housing crisis because that's when it just started to happen. Early 2020 was literally when early 2021? Early 2021 was when things started to get peak, you know? So I was like,
really tough,
nobody's going to take me in to rent a room if I have a child.
Honestly.
Not a single person.
That's not fair. That's the thing. It's not fair because nobody, like in some of these situations, nobody plans for stuff like that.
Honestly.
Like, you didn't plan to get pregnant.
Facts. I 100% did not.
Honestly, like, so there should be support and like, people shouldn't look at you differently just because you have a child. Like,
honestly,
I didn't know a child was someone else.
No,
like, you
I
should
swear.
be looking at people
like
differently.
even now, the amount, like obviously in your application, if I don't say that I have a child or whatnot, they will ask.
No way.
They ask specifically, do you have any children or pets? Pets or children? They've put in the same bracket now.
Wow.
Isn't that awful?
Wow.
And literally, the amount of times I've just kept that information out that I don't have a child and whatnot, show up to the house and whatnot. And I'm like, so what is your policy on like having children in the house and whatnot? One of them turns around to me and goes, we're not insured to have children in this house.
There's no such thing.
I'm like, what do you mean you're not
to have
insured to have children in
special
this
insurance
house?
for children.
What? So what? Like, it makes no sense. I turned around and asked.
Crazy.
I was like, what do you mean you have no insurance for children?
Is
Don't you
that
have
real
insurance
thing?
for adults? Adults and children, they're human
Are they
beings.
not human
Should
beings?
you not have
Exactly.
insurance for anybody that's living in this house?
Exactly.
And then we're like, well, we're not insured to have children in this house. So would you mind finishing up your viewing?
So I don't understand.
And
so
I was just like,
it's
okay.
safe to have adults' life there, but it's not safe to have children. So why am I in the house then? So are you saying it's not safe for anyone at all?
Housing in Ireland has gone so
crazy.
bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That even children are not able to be like, you can't even rent a house if you have a child.
Homelessness crisis, like it's
Honest
insane,
to God.
and
it's
people
the worst
just
it's ever
and we
been.
can't get out of it. It's a loop, like it's and
honestly,
100%.
I genuinely just think that, especially you being a young mother, Ireland is no place for young people anymore.
100%.
They don't care about us. We're
it's
not
getting
valuable
expensive.
enough.
It's
We're
getting
not
too expensive.
I swear.
How
and
can I
there's
see
no way
a
we can get
2-bedroom
help.
apartment for €2,000?
Honestly, is that just in Athlone?
In Athlone.
In Athlone.
No way, you guys.
In Athlone.
2,300.
I'm
When this is
100%
in Dublin.
serious.
No way.
In Athlone.
That is crazy. That's too much.
See, the thing about it is, what I find hard to make sense of this as well, not even just the housing crisis and not having place for anyone to live, or let alone somebody with a baby.
Yeah.
Is that this is the Midlands. We have
Honestly.
been known for being the cheaper place to live.
Honestly.
We've been known to be the counties that can
Yeah.
accommodate and house more people because of the lower rent prices.
But I feel like
And
it's
now
because of
because
Dublin.
we're there, fucking like, what
It's
are you
because of
supposed to
Dublin.
do?
Because like even Kinnegad is close to Dublin, but that would be like considered Midlands as well. But the rent has gone so high because people are like, okay, if I can't live in Dublin where it's expensive, let me commute from a place that I know, okay, it's not that far from work. It is a journey, but it's not that far. Like, and that's why like people are copping onto that, like, you know what, I'm gonna start increasing my rent, charging people more. But that's not, especially on young adults, like it's not fair on someone like you. Like,
100%.
how are you gonna be able to provide for a child and then
on
work,
top of that, pay for rent,
then commute.
electricity, food.
Honestly, it's not
Everything
fair.
has just gone up. It's just
not fair.
It's nearly impossible.
That's so
You have
mad.
to nearly be making 6 figures to be living comfortably here in Ireland.
Definitely.
100%.
Too expensive. It's
So
too
true.
expensive.
It's it's just mad.
And then, what was I going to say? Say all of the thoughts that you had in the very beginning and stuff. I think it's an important part of pregnancy, the mental health aspect.
Yeah.
100%.
So I think, obviously, I know you on a personal level, so I know your life to ins and outs, but obviously not everyone knows you like I do. Regardless of mental state beforehand, how did you find any adverse effects to mental health, benefits to mental health? How do you think that took a toll on you or benefited you? What way did it go for you?
Well, when I found out that babies can actually feel everything that you're feeling, but it's 10 times more intensified, I really and truly decided to change my mindset a lot.
That's so
with
good.
things that, I would easily get depressed over, really upset over. I was like, no, it's just a bad day. I'm having a bad day. And then I'd call Circa. She'd come and cheer me up a little bit. And I'd be like, okay, I'm fine now. I'm good. I'm good. I can go on for another day.
Yeah, right hand woman. During these times as well, I had like when pregnant was Luena.
When pregnant was Luena was not pregnant. Pregnant was her.
When Luena was pregnant, I was in my hermit stage. I was in a very much like I'm saying I'm like that now again. But I went very adventurous between the two periods. But I was not seeing anyone. So those little calls from me were also just such a little boost because seeing her bump. When I tell you my birthday, the first person when I came back to Athlone, the first person I came to see was Luena. I went to her sister's house and I don't know what happened. I hadn't seen her in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Literally just 3 or 4
like
weeks.
before her, like her birthday was just in May and mine's in June, and there's like nearly just perfectly a month between us. And the last time I had seen her was around her birthday, so I hadn't seen her till mine. And her bump went like, it was already a bump, but I mean, this was like she was swallowed by the bump. She's so tiny. She's such a tiny petite little person. Now she gone yash. She do. I mean, from the front and the back and the side and every which way, up, down, everywhere.
Honestly.
But her bump like even took over her.
It was bigger than my house, bro. It was just like I was all bump.
How did you feel like
bump.
walking around like
she was pressing on my bladder hard.
Like, the way that I want to understand the anatomy of like a baby, because for me, it was like, I can't even put it into words. And I don't want to say, oh, her bump was used. And some people in the comments are going to be like,
but it was.
you can't say that to a woman. That's my best friend. So go fuck yourself.
If possible, we'll add in a little picture of my bump. If possible.
Honestly. But like seeing it just go like from, because it was always like growing. You watch it grow. But it just went.
From nowhere.
It was
especially
like
when you're not in the
and then it wouldn't stop.
And the baby waddle as well.
Oh yeah,
I was. If you guys have ever seen Baymax, not Baymax, is it Baymax?
It is Baymax.
Baymax.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen that.
Big Hero 6.
You have.
It's like this big fluffy white little.
Yeah.
And he goes.
Oh my god,
that was me.
Oh my god, sorry, you're like a duck. Oh my god,
stop! I'm not even joking. It was just it was the cutest thing ever. And then like I used to do this thing with the camera. I put it like right underneath my bump, and you could not see any of me.
No way.
You could not see any of me.
Oh wow.
And I was like, damn, this is what little children see. No wonder they're running away. No wonder they're running away.
So when you were like, obviously you had to get like new clothes, new everything.
That was on my mom. I was not accepting it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can still fit into that mini dress. I can still fit into it. Watch me.
The denial.
The denial was real. I was like, I'm still looking cute. Okay, I'm gonna wear this little dress and nobody's gonna say anything.
Honestly, I feel like when you're pregnant, you should be able to, like Rihanna, for example,
belly out.
She had her belly out the whole time. She had her belly out
all the time. I feel like you should be able to dress however you want when you're pregnant.
But at the same time, you know, when you live in a very small town,
people will talk.
Looking
in
you
this Ireland
right
place,
and center.
Ireland,
they would just be judging you like no tomorrow.
Honestly, in America you can get away with that, but I don't think in Ireland. But I was living for Rihanna's pregnant looks. They were
like, I'd even feel bad like during the summer. I'd even feel bad if I was wearing like a belly top. But then I was I don't give a damn. It's hot.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm not gonna die for anybody.
This
I'm sorry.
baby is part of me. This is my new body right now.
I swear, you're gonna accept my summer body one way or another.
Honestly, this is the summer body.
This is my summer body. Literally.
We talk about dad bobs. We talk about mom bobs. We're talking about pregnant mom bobs.
Yeah.
It's in. Rihanna brought it in.
Yeah, you brought it in.
I brought it in before Rihanna.
Honestly, man.
True.
I think like another thing. Well, with the mental health thing, keep talking about that. I want to know like more like the effects of it. Like you said, the very beginning.
No, the very beginning. In the very beginning, I was so.
I keep thinking she's gonna say it again.
In the beginning, no. In the beginning, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, I was crying 24/7. I cried for a good 3-4 weeks.
No way.
Like it was so bad. Anytime I was left alone, I was crying.
Wow.
Like literally, it went even longer than 3 or 4 weeks. Like it was just such a blur because in between getting sick, not being able to eat, and then all the crying, my days all blurred into one.
Wow, yeah.
And it was just, unless somebody came and distracted me, I was crying.
Wow.
Literally. And at times I would even push my baby daddy away because I just didn't want him to be near me. I didn't want to be anybody. I didn't want to be anybody. I didn't want to be near anybody because I was just so negative, you know? But then I was doing some light reading, and you know, when Google takes over, you start overthinking, and then you're like,
you believe everything. Dr. Google.
I was literally. I was like,
life.
I was just like. One day I was like crying up until like 4 a.m, and he was there sleeping beside me. Yeah. But I used to cry so low that it wouldn't wake up anybody. And I was just on Google. I'm like, can you miscarry from crying too much? And you actually can. You actually
because the stress levels.
Because the stress levels will be so high.
Yeah.
Because naturally I'm an overthinker anyways. So I was already thinking like, what if I miscarry? What if I don't get attached to the baby? What if I don't want it when it's
scary
here?
thought.
Yeah. Like, you know, I was just sort of like, it's in my belly now, but I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything for
like
it.
love and stuff like that.
You know, I just felt
a lot of people
so
go through
low. I was just sort of like, I literally felt like I was like, I don't want this baby.
Yeah.
People don't talk about how lonely pregnancy is.
Honestly,
people don't talk about how you might isolate yourself a little, but the isolation doesn't come from you first. It actually does. I really do think it's a part of life where you realize who your true friends are.
100%.
I think like when you tell people that news, I'm pregnant, and then like you watch people just slowly slip, and the communication's less, and then you realize this was a social friendship. This friendship was solely for going over for a smoke, and now you can't smoke anymore. Solely for going out for a drink. Now you can't drink anymore. Just to sit around, even in the environments of a smoking room, you might even yourself, not pregnant, choose not to smoke that day, but you can't even get yourself into the environment of those social aspects 100%. Anymore because you just can't. You're putting your baby at risk, and you're thinking for somebody else now. You're not thinking for yourself.
100%. So
these people slip away, and then because people have slipped away, you see. I don't know if I don't want to speak for you, but I'll speak for myself. I'll speak for myself. You find that like I don't have a child, by the way, but nearly did. Let's not talk about it. It was anyways. But like people slip away, and then because people have slipped away, you do see yourself as not the problem. I just think you see like
you just feel like you're like, am I really like unlovable? Like do they not want to be around me anymore?
Good way to put it.
You know?
So then you isolate yourself in retaliation,
and then you're like, oh, they don't want to be around me now because I'm pregnant. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm not fun anymore.
I don't feel like I don't understand why people think like that. I feel like pregnancy is such a good
it's such a beautiful thing. It really is. And if you're surrounded by the right people, it can really be beautiful. Honest to God.
But the right person too, I think that is a big part of it. Like the person that you're with has to have some sense of emotional maturity to be able to be the support system you need.
100%.
When you don't have a support right next to you, and the person that you get pregnant in a toxic relationship, and that person is absolutely no way beneficial for you. Like you're saying, stress can cause miscarriages, you know, and you have somebody screaming, arguing with you, or those certain circumstances has the adverse effects, and it's just
I actually salute single mothers who do that, because the fact that you can actually do that, you have the support system of two people. Like you are the man and the woman. I salute single mothers. Like, and obviously there's single fathers out there, but we see single mothers a lot, and it's
a lot
good.
more than you see single fathers.
And it's that support. Like the fact that you can do the man and the woman's role at the same time
and
for
still
yourself
raise an amazing
and
child.
for the child. That is amazing. Like, and that's why I can never understand people like looking at like pregnancy and childbirth as a negative thing. Like, I can never understand why people would ever want to like move away from someone, because you're seeing someone do such like I'm not like a feminist, but for women, like I will fucking ride out, because bro, like it's not easy. I'm fucking carrying a baby for 9 months in my belly.
I'm 10.
Exactly. That connection that I'm building with that baby in my belly.
That's so scary. Don't even say that.
The connection I'm building with that baby in my belly, no way. Like I will ride out for women, because what? No man is doing that. No man is saying, oh, this woman is actually going through this. Let me stick around. Let me cut out the negativity. You know? Let me cut out the negativity and be who I need to be for this child. Like, let me do that.
Some men are just...
I want to say too much.
I'm thinking of like a couple guys that I know that have like had babies and stuff, and like a couple girls that I know that have had babies with these particular type of guys. And like, it's a fragile time. It's a fragile fucking time. And tell me why you're out here doing jappa.
Hey,
why are you going out every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday?
Why is your phone on D&D?
Why is your phone on D&D?
Why is your location? And I'm sorry, when you're carrying someone's child, you are nothing but entitled to know where your baby daddy is.
I need to know where you are.
Why are you in a hotel?
I need to know where you are.
And your pregnant girlfriend is at home.
Honestly.
Who are you in the hotel with?
Honestly. Tell me. Who?
What is the room number? Hello, Mrs. Receptionist.
I'm sorry. I was calling to check in on my husband. What room number is he?
Does he know that I'm pregnant with child?
He's pregnant with child? What else is he supposed to be pregnant with?
No, because for real, I don't think they know. I don't think they're deep in that as a child that's inside my belly.
You know what?
For a lot of men, it only gets serious when the baby is out. But why can't it be serious from the moment you find out I'm pregnant?
Because honestly, isn't not the emotion? Am I not going through that emotional? Like, is the baby not growing in my belly, or is it just an alien, or what is it like?
I definitely do think that guys don't. It's a see it to believe it situation.
Yeah,
no, literally.
I will say
it's
that guys don't have the they don't have the physical.
bond.
I say physical burden. I'm sorry, women.
Not only that, but they don't have the emotional bond. They're not growing the child.
Exactly.
They're not connected to it. So unless you yourself are a nurturing man, you will never feel that connection to your baby mama while she's pregnant until that baby is out.
And I think it's a true sign of true love and true devotion to someone for you to stick it out and ride through that with them and be the best support you can. That's true love. That's not to say the person doesn't have love for you. Of course, you can have love for me.
Someone,
you might be in love with me, but you're not giving me love.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the most important part. You can say the sun, moon,
What's going on with our English is not English.
Honestly. No, but I feel like
English
even for men to be able to do that for women, like stick by their baby moms for like the duration of the pregnancy, and even after that, like the fact that the girl that you fell in love with, the girl that you first met, her body's changing. You're seeing it change right in front of you. You're like, what am I gonna do? You're in a new situation. The fact that you can stick that through, that is like real support, real love. Like
that's a real man there.
I'm not like this is my child. Like this is half of me. I have to be here for this woman. I have to be here for her. Like in 9 months' time,
basically him taking responsibility for what he's done.
Exactly. Honestly,
that's all it is. Responsibility.
All these chewing boys, they be moving up and down when they know there's a child at home waiting. Instead of them to go out and bring money and come out provide put jollof fries on the table. Who's gonna buy that baby milk and that formula and shit? Like what the fuck? What the fuck? They're not thinking that. They're still thinking that this is the days of gone are the days of going to the nightclub.
You know,
those days are gone. Please,
I swear to God,
I love that club.
Yeah, they need to go to work, come back home, and be like, yeah, my baby's gonna be out in a
few. And
few
do you want to
months.
know why? I'm sorry, because that is your life now.
Honestly, it's your life.
You're
suck it the motherfuck up.
It's
because that's the woman's life. She has to give birth. She has to go through the whole thing.
Honestly.
She's come to terms with it. It's your turn.
100%.
No, for real,
100%. That's literally how it is.
In work, yeah, I work with like men, and there's only like two girls, me and another girl, and I'd be going and cancer. I'm like, do you know what we have to go through? We carry your babies with their big heads and push it through a fucking circle that's the size of a pin. This, an orange, pineapple, whatever. You push it through the size of a pin, and you're coming to talk to me like this? No way.
The audacity.
Honestly, someone said to me, "Yeah, do you know what?" Like men looking at their wives giving birth, like we were asking, would you watch your wife giving birth? Yeah. And he was like, do you know what it looks like? It's like, you know, when you get a toy on Christmas Day and you're so happy with the toy and the toy is perfect, and then you drop the toy and the toy is broken and you can't look at it again the same way. He's talking about the vagina. I'm like, yo, bro. Mad? I'm like, yo, bro. You're talking about my vagina?
The same man that's saying...
Is he married?
Yeah.
His wife should divorce him immediately.
Talking about the vagina like that. No.
Is he mad? I'm
the
sorry.
fact that he's
I feel so
referring
bad
to it
for
as
his
a toy
wife.
in the
I
first
feel so bad for his wife.
Yeah. Red flag.
No, he's actually, he's really nice. Yeah, I think he was just trying to make the analogy of like...
There is no such thing as comparing your cooch to a toy.
Yeah.
It is not a toy.
That's what I'm saying, but I feel like men have that, like, that's their perspective on, like, that's what they see. Like,
I'm like, my eyes even twitching.
Not all men. Yeah, there's, when I speak of men, I'm not saying all of you guys, though. I'm not saying all of you guys. It's just, like, some men, I feel like, because they're not carrying the child, they feel like, oh, like, my coochie's gone. I can't play with it anymore. Like, it's different. Like, I feel like that's how they see it.
And whose fault is that?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
and then she told you not to. It's because it's hers.
Honestly, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's because, but it's your fault that my vagina is like, it's like moving like this.
It's your
like,
fault.
Are you not the one who put the
baby in me?
Honestly, like, and I feel like because men don't carry the child, they don't go through that.
They don't go through anything. They really don't.
Honestly,
like,
it's
really
just like
and
a
truly,
thing
they
for
just
them.
push something out and that's it.
Honestly,
I think
some of them
they
don't
do
even hold
have like a men. The men is women experience every aspect. They get the whole the physical, the mental, the emotional, the environmental, the social. They get everything. Men get the financial and the emotional.
Yeah.
So like they have this,
I need
how
to
the
get
fuck
that
am
money.
I supposed to raise a kid? Scary times. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's not one thing where I do still have the sympathy in my heart for them, where I can envision them sitting on the corner of their bed. They don't talk. Men don't talk. They don't talk about their problems. It's all rolling around in their own head. They're resolving their own issues without any means of perspective or outside answers, because they don't seek it. Now that someone will still say that still falls to the responsibility of men, and that's still their own fault. But at the end of the day, in the society that they're raised into, and they're told to be men and be strong, that they feel like they can't confide in others. So I do see that in that aspect, in that regard, it is a mentally demanding thing for them, because they're 100%. Now their whole life is shook too. They're thinking, how am I supposed to I'm raising a kid, put him through college, put him through school, do all these things. I need to get a job. I need to
help the mother.
How am I supposed to get a job? I'm barely self-sufficient. I can barely get a job for myself right now. I can barely pay my own rent. So they still do have the same concerns of raising a child, but also because they have the breadwinner responsibility that is ingrained by society and the way that things have gone, there is that little bit more of a financial responsibility and a financial burden. I know I keep using that word in regards to children. Children aren't burdens, they're blessings. They're the most beautiful thing, and as soon as they leave your body and you get to hold them for the first time, I can only imagine that release and relief and the love unconditional. It's just lighthearted.
Like even the same guy that I was just saying that about, we were asking him, okay, like we're just asking him about like kids in general, like, and he was like, so he has like a teenager, then he has like a 7-year-old, then like, you know, like when you have like, and we were asking him like, how does he feel, like how is his relationship with his children? And he's really close to these kids, like, but you know, once they get to that teenage age, like they like start pushing you start pushing your parents away. Like you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about this with you. I don't want to do this. You know how teenagers are like, but when they're young, you really like, you cherish those years because you're not gonna get them back anymore. Like 100%. Your child is like, you're like a god to your child when they're babies, like when they're young, they always want to be around you. Then they're a teenager and like,
get away from me, mom.
Honestly. Like I could genuinely see the sadness in his eyes when he was saying it. Like, and I was like, this is so cute. Like your parents just want to be your parents. Like they love you so much.
They want to be your best friends sometimes. Yeah, exactly. But the right parents want to be your best friends.
Exactly. And I feel like men, that's it. Men only like they start to understand more when the baby's actually out and they make that connection. He was like the love that this is actually what he said. The love that you feel for a child, it's not like the love you feel for a partner or the love that you have for it. Like once you're holding that child in your hands, it's like a love that it's like you just don't know. You can't compare the love to anything else. It's like a different type of love that you've never felt before. Like
I think for the first 10 years of a child's life, well, this is actually statistically, a woman is better at meeting the requirements of emotional needs of a child from the ages of newborn to 10. But men are more more effective in their way of parenting through the ages of 10 till they're into adulthood, because women are emotional bodies. We experience life through emotions. It's a fact, okay? I don't want any feminists coming here saying it's just true. We have higher hormonal rates, and men are logical, exactly. So men structure their life through logic and balance, and they coordinate things a lot better. Women are the 70s to 80% of impulse buying is done by women, you know, and shopping and stuff like that is all done by women.
Because emotional shopping.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
but whereas men are more responsible in the regards.
Guys, I feel a little bit attacked here.
I'm sad I want a tattoo.
That was me yesterday.
I'm sad I want a dress.
Honestly,
I'm sad I want to get my nails done.
I was happy. I was like, oh, I'm happy I graduated. Let me get a tattoo. Like you have a reason. Every emotion is linked to shopping. Every emotion is linked to shopping or doing spending money. Every emotion, like
women, I'm sorry.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna keep apologizing in this episode.
You're like, don't come for me.
I've said it enough
don't
because people are
me.
gonna try cancel for stupid fucking reasons.
I'm not gonna apologize.
But it's true.
It's my money. I'm gonna spend it.
Exactly. Women are more likely to impulse buy. They're less financially responsible. It's just a fact. I'm speaking from my own experience. I'm terrible. Like I said in the last one, like
I'm trying. Okay,
1.7K, and then 2 days later it's like 200 euro. No,
I know.
Terrible.
But
it breaks my heart.
Do you feel like you need to be like you know the way like everyone puts like men more financially, like the more financial responsibility on men? Do you feel like for you have to be like more, or do you feel like it's half or like what do you feel?
I just feel like I've always been the type to take care of people. So now that I have Esme, I'm like, I'm going to take care of you. Whether your father is in the picture or not, I'm going to take care of you. That's why I'm out here breaking my back, asking for more hours and work, you know, working 37 to 40 hours a week. Just because I'm like, I need more money. Like, I need to save. I need to get out of Ireland. I need to get a house. I need to save for a car. I need to buy Esme clothes. I'm like, I need to do that. Obviously, the father is in the picture and in regards to taking care of her and whatnot, but just not at the moment. He still calls her all the time, still there, but
and
like just not there physically, you know?
In her life.
He's not there physically, but my mom is a great help. She's there to mind Esme. Like, she'll come home from work at like 9 a.m. And I'm like, here you go. I have to go to work.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. I'm in work till 6.
That's
and
so
then she'll like
cute.
text me when I'm in work. Are you still working till 6? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still working till 6. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's good that you have that support though. It's really good that you have that support.
But it's like she just gives me like, I've always been the type, and like I will always say this, when I was younger, I was like, my mom is a housewife. I want to be a housewife too.
Yeah.
So I was like, when people, you know, when you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like,
be a housewife.
a housewife. What is the reason? My mom is one. Like, I had no intention to ever work in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know where this drive came from. It 100% came from Esme.
Yeah,
100%. Just wanting to provide for her.
Not from her, before her.
Yeah, just wanting to provide for her and just, you know, be the best that I can and to give her everything that she needs, type of shit. So it's just they're like, okay, I'm gonna work my ass off so I can go to Penny's.
As a young
and like,
person, how did you find just put an umbrella over the whole thing and just being pregnant, having the child and raising her? She's now 14 months, we just said.
14 months.
She's so
She's actually so cute.
I swear.
Do you see you looking at her like
I
she's
know.
so cute?
Debbie,
oh my
who on
God.
the last one was saying she's been trying to talk to everyone, pawn everyone into
I've
having
children
babies.
before.
I know she's here
too.
considering. She's like,
I'm like, okay, maybe I'm ready next year.
He's like, maybe.
And I was like,
She's
yeah,
I actually
ready.
think that babies are like blessings from, like, they're gifts from God. Like,
They
honestly,
honestly
we are
are.
holding, like, we can't create life like that. Like, it's actually a blessing, a gift from God to be able to carry a baby to term and like bring that baby out and raise that baby and watch that baby grow. Like, it's such a wonderful and amazing experience.
It is
Honestly.
God's timing in the
Yeah,
universe.
yeah,
timing.
exactly.
Like everything, I truly believe if you weren't ready for the
Baby,
responsibility of having
I wouldn't
Esme,
have had her.
you wouldn't have
No.
had her.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
I wasn't ready for the responsibility. God said, here's a blessing in
okay,
disguise.
I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah,
Honestly.
and you know what? At the time, I was like, "This is an awful thing to go through as a woman. I hate this experience.
And it's
My
like,
body can't do the one thing that women are supposed to do. Like, you know, miscarriages are fucking shit. But
And
like,
it was like the worst
so many people
thing
go through
ever.
them.
Because like at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like she came to my house crying, and like I was pregnant, and she's just after having a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And I was just there like, I feel so guilty.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
called Esme my little spirit baby because they
Literally.
wouldn't have been too
'Cause
far out.
they wouldn't
Oh,
have
that
been
would've
too
been so
far.
cute.
Honestly, and
But it was the
just
best
so
thing in the
sad.
world for me to have that come,
100%.
you know. And we say this all the
'Cause
time.
God's
It was a
timing, like,
blessing that
God's timing.
And I
honestly.
truly believe that he times it. Like, you are such a good mommy. I'm gonna give my girl some credit. She's amazing. Oh my God. And she's excelled as a person since she had this baby, you know, like she was always great, but like your personality shown through since. I know what she said there about she's a caring person.
Yeah.
Tell me why she's texting me at 12 p.m. and she's like, did you eat? I'm like, no. And she's like, Miss Girl, come to my house right now and have dinner. And I'm like,
That's so cute.
I'm like her child.
That's so
I'm her
cute.
child and Esme's mom, so I don't know how I got mixed.
You're like, I'm just there. All I know is I'm family. I don't know how I got here, but I'm family now.
Family, but I am.
No,
But yeah,
that's
it's-
so cute.
I think, like what you said, it's such a blessing to be able to carry and for us to be able to do this whole thing of like growing and creating life, and it really is in the hands of God. And
Yeah,
but I say in
exactly.
the hands of the universe from my release, but I think it's just
God's timing.
God's timing.
Yeah,
100%.
God's timing. Yeah.
It is. So yeah, like how you experience, like how you found it through like having a baby now in society. How do you find it being a young mom?
I think it's a blessing in disguise because really and truly, like at first, I'd say maybe the first, I'm going to say easy 4 months, I was so depressed in regards to like postpartum depression. It was just, I was seeing like obviously COVID, I'm not pregnant anymore, I can drink, yay.
Yeah.
But now I have this child to take care of. And, you know, she was solely breastfed, which means I can't go out. I can't go to clubs. I'm seeing people on my Snapchat stories going out, living their best lives, enjoying.
COVID just ended, like.
Yeah, exactly. COVID had just ended. So everybody was out and about, shaking yash. And I was like, I want to be at the club, please.
Yeah, honestly.
And like, even my baby daddy, he was going out too. And like,
just you,
I would get into so many arguments with him because I was like, how can you be so selfish?
Yeah,
how can you be out enjoying yourself?
That gave me goosebumps, and
I
don't know why.
And I'm at home, like I'm literally at home minding your child.
It's painful.
And you're sending me snaps of you enjoying yourself.
It's painful because you're like, honestly, if you know that loneliness, like if you know what it feels like to just be alone, not have anyone, even the person that you care about the most, not even being there for you. It's such a, and then you're going through the whole stress of the baby is there
crying, and I'm crying, and it's just like I was like, I'm literally here by myself, and you're there enjoying yourself, having drinks. Like, do you not feel bad? I'm
Honestly,
like, do you not feel bad for me? I'm like, come drink at home, drink with me.
Yeah, you know, let's have that wine together. Let's have that. No, let's do this together. You don't need to go to.
And
the
he was
club
always wondering, like, why am I always nagging? Why am I always giving out? I'm like, number one, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Number two, you're there enjoying yourself as if I'm the only one that, made this baby. Number three, I want to be out too.
Exactly.
But I have other responsibilities. Why can't you, in your mind, put those responsibilities as well? Like, why can't you take on half of my responsibilities?
So you don't feel like it's
so
a full
I can just
burden.
feel left out.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he felt like he was in a prison. That he couldn't go out and see his friends because I wasn't going out to see my friends. Like he felt like he couldn't go out to party because I wasn't going out to party. So it was just a very complicated time.
Yeah. It's just about finding the middle
ground. I think it shouldn't be, I can't go out and see my friends because she's not going out to see my friends. I'm not going out to see my friends because she doesn't get the opportunity to either. It's not fair. Change the narrative. Change the way you're speaking and you'll change the narrative.
Because honestly, like if you just spare these 4 months, 5 months, like everything, like, but if I can just spare this 5 months of not going out, being here for her, like it's not the rest of my life, like
especially the very first beginning.
Yeah, the
very beginning,
exactly.
It was very like sensitive and very vulnerable and fragile. Like mentally, I was there, but I was not there.
Yeah, just until you get back onto your feet.
That's literally all I needed. It took me a good maybe 6-7 months.
Wow,
before I could get back on my feet.
Yeah, especially when you're lonely, when you're on your own, like you need to like. It takes longer to like kind of get back into that pattern by yourself.
Exactly.
Because you're the only person supporting yourself. Like you don't actually have that like support beside you. Like, come on, you can do this. I know you can. I'll stay with you until you're feeling like this. Like, you don't really have that. So it's harder when you're the person doing it for yourself. Like, so it takes longer.
And it was worse as well whenever he'd try and push me to leave the house and whatnot. I remember she was maybe like 2 or 3 months old and he was like, oh, you should go get your nails done, blah, 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 blah. So I booked an appointment. I was only out of the house for like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. But those 2 hours probably the worst hours of my life.
Really?
I was texting 24/7. I was like literally always like, oh, is she okay? Has she eaten? Have you changed her diaper? Like I literally mentally couldn't like get away from her.
Yeah.
It was just like
when we talk about babies' attachment issues, babies have an attachment
but
style.
moms do too.
Moms do too, yeah.
They really
even when your kids are old, like my mom is so attached to my brother. He moved to Amsterdam.
My mom texts my brother 24/7 every single day.
Especially with sons and mothers, he's
in their house. He rents in Galway.
Oh my
he rents in Galway. He's in my house
more than he's in that rented house.
Honestly,
I'm like, what are you paying rent for?
I feel like you get so attached to them because you carry them, like you carry 100%. Them. You're gonna feel that bond no matter what. Like it's not gonna.
Especially a mum with their only boy. Like that's the only boy.
Yeah.
My mom only has one boy. He moves all around the world, and she's still the same. Like now, Teddy is the first nephew, and like obviously it's Oisín's. Teddy is the same age as Esme.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me as well. Was that like a big thing for my head was when I first found out that I was pregnant, my head went to, oh my God, my brother has just had his shining moment. His life is coming together. Everything's happy. I don't want to take away from his spotlight right now. He's having the time of his life. Things are going so well for him. Luena's pregnant. She's figuring her shit out. And I was like, and then there's fucking little old me who has no fucking idea. I was like, what am I doing? I was like, I ain't having this baby. I made my decision. I was like, no, abortion. Fuck that shit. I am not doing this. I physically cannot do this. And that's when everything happens and nature took its natural course. But with mums with their look at this is so bad. Mums with their sons, they really have such an attachment.
To their
Like,
son,
I think when if you have kids, when you have more kids, if you have more kids, when you have more kids, if you have a boy, like it's going to be
no siblings for Esme?
maybe we'll see
in time.
In time. Yeah.
That's the whole thing as well
No
about
pressure,
being
no
a
pressure.
young mother. I suppose it's giving you a perspective of multiple children. You know?
Yeah, because then I'm like, I don't want them to have a big age gap. At the
Yeah.
same time, I'm
You're
still
not
young
ready for
and
another.
I don't have a house.
Yeah.
You know, I have a job. That's grand.
Yeah.
But the house.
You want a house?
I want a house because I can't
more
bring
children,
another
more
child to
space.
my mom's house.
Honestly.
We're in one small room. Like
Yeah.
we've taken over my little sister's room. So like I'm like I can't take any more space over because that'll just be too much. You know. So I'm
it's
like,
good you're thinking like that though.
it's just like I even feel bad just for being there because I'm like that's their room. That's always been their room, and here I am coming in like I already left, but now I'm back again.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
For your bags, hello.
And it's just me. It's just me.
Oh, stop.
Crazy times.
Honestly,
Maybe
Would you say you're proud of yourself?
she should be.
I'm like I feel like I could do a lot more.
That's not good enough.
Yeah. You know, like, but mothers actually do
But
feel like that,
that's
especially young
that's
mothers.
just mothers. We
It
always
is.
feel like we can
They
do
can
better.
do more.
We feel like we can do more.
I
But the
think
thing is-
honestly, with the circumstances that you've explained, even like for viewers that are watching, I think anyone would be able to say that given the circumstances and the fact that, like you said, you've established such a work ethic, you've been putting your all into your life to provide for her. It's definitely at least just that much is enough to be proud of. Never mind
Just so, like,
all
Even
the
at
back.
that, even if you don't feel like, even if you feel like you can do more, like there should be people around you telling you that no, you're doing absolutely fine, you're doing well, you're like, there should be people giving you your flowers, like just so you know that what you're doing is enough. Like you don't need to overwork yourself because you're always gonna have that mindset. Like you're not like you're always gonna have that mindset. Like I'm not doing enough. I need to be doing more. But you just need those people there to tell you that you're doing what you're doing is okay. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. You're doing enough. Like you're fine. Don't worry. Because you're gonna keep. She's gonna keep stressing herself out. She doesn't have that.
facts.
Like she's gonna keep. Imagine she's just there thinking to herself, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing this. I need to
Bitch is
do
a little
more.
silent sufferer as well.
You
She
know
won't
exactly.
say shit.
She's just thinking to herself that I'm not doing enough, and then everyone's just sitting back watching her, and she's like, "But
In
why is no
awe
one
as
telling me?
well.
Why is no one telling me that I'm doing enough? Like, why is no one telling me that I'm doing good? Like, am I not doing good? Like, she's gonna start thinking that. Like,
that's
doing
me
good
every day.
enough.
You could be like, Luena, honey, you're good enough. I'm like, am I really dope? Are you lying to me?
Exactly.
Is it a lie?
Because you start taking.
Stop gaslighting me.
Honestly, but you just need that.
You're
like,
narcissistic.
you just need that. You need people there to tell you that. That laugh was a little bit too serious. But no, you need people there to tell you that. Even if like it's not even, it's just one of those days you're having a good day, you still need someone to tell you that. Look, you're doing good. You're doing good. You're fine. Like it's perfect. You just need that. Honestly, you do need that because it's not easy. Like, and just come on, look at yourself from then. Look at yourself now. Like, look how far you've gotten, and like, look at how far.
Stop. 2020 Luena was.
Look how good you've gone with raising your own child. Like, it's not easy. Like, it's actually not easy.
It's exhausting.
Look, me that is finding it hard to raise a turtle. that only requires lessons.
You're like, the turtle is my child.
I'll throw something in real quick. You know you got to put your turtle in your will, right?
Oh. I thought I was gonna sell it.
You know your turtle is gonna outlive you, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to my children.
You know your turtle got to go into your will to your children, right?
Yeah, I'll put it in that will. They can have that. They can
I
have
work in a pet store, so I'm like animal welfare to the max.
No, what would they do to me?
Nothing.
I
It's
haven't
just
even written a will.
you have no. Obviously, she writes her will just for her
I
turtle.
don't even have anything to put on my will. That's how bad it is.
Guys,
I'm
it's
at my
been so
phone.
great. I think
Honestly.
we're coming up on our time.
Oh yeah.
Luena, thank you so much for coming on and speaking
Honestly,
to us.
it
You
was
did
a
amazing.
good conversation.
Yeah, amazing.
And Esme, she's not here right now, but she was our
Sir,
special
should we
guest
call
as
her
well.
to say
Yeah,
bye?
start the
we
show.
should. I
She
feel
might
like
be
we
sleeping.
should.
Do you want
Yeah.
to text Christy to bring her down so she can say bye?
If she's not sleeping.
If she's not sleeping.
I feel like she was like the star of the show.
Yeah.
It's her. We should call this episode the Esme Show
You
or the
know?
Esme Podcast because I feel like this was centered all around her.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. She's the main star
Yeah,
of the show.
she's
She
main
said
star.
she was just trying to eat the microphone. And
Honestly.
we can't really do much when
Yeah,
she's trying to
she
eat
was
the
like,
microphone.
Cute.
Yeah,
you know,
it
because
was.
she's a baby, you can allow it.
like,
Yeah.
I bang on the table one time and I have eyes and kicks to my foot, and I'm like, bring the baby back. I'm bringing sexy back.
She's so cute.
Them other boys
Don't know how to act.
Oh, I was gonna ask you a question actually. Does she still like wake up in the middle of the night?
Yeah, she feeds during the night. She wouldn't wake up. She like
my
wins.
sign to throw the baby away.
She winces during the night. Like I never get a good night's sleep, like a full night. I always wake up in between.
Wow.
Because if my boob accidentally goes back into my top and she can't find it, I'm like, I have to wake up, find where she is, because sometimes she's like at the end of the bed. And I'll just hear her crying. I'm like, am I dreaming or is she just far away?
I gotta tell you, the way Luena is so funny about mummies, she'll grab her by the arm and pull her up the bed.
She's gonna start crying.
Aye, we're back at the mic. Ready to say goodbye? Say bye-bye to the people.
You're gonna be our outro.
Say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Make some baby noises.
Silence.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
You're too tired. You got wonky legs. You got wonky legs. No, you got wonky
she looks
legs.
so tired.
I know.
Say testing. Say something. Say something to the people. What else?
Say bye. Bye.
Beep, beep, beep. You don't want to say anything?
Do this.
You can't go on the table. It's glass.
Do this to the camera.
It should be called glass table talk. Is there something?
That it's girls' table talk. It was glass table talk's beginning. We changed it around. It's funny you said that.
Wait, what did we call it?
We called it glass table talk to begin with, then we were like girls' table talk.
Yeah, girls' table talk.
And guess what, Ismina? You're a girl.
You're a girl.
So you're suitable
You're
for
a
this
woman.
conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Hey, bye. No bye? You slice.